Crap.
Poster's back. To being regular.
Fuck, it is, dude.
Yeah.
What is this game? What are we playing?
Hi, me Dan, this Tom. We play game, yes, and us. Fishies.
I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me, and her eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide. Her face deeper in her book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I muttered this, sensing I made her uncomfortable.
Oh. It's fine.
Are you like looking for things?
There it is.
Ooh, I don't like that.
It's running. The problem with that is it's so close already. I know I'm looking for it, but like sometimes you can click through it so fast and it'll go back like randomly. Yeah. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this. So Sloth is my name.
My name's Sid. That's the book you gave me, right?
Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. It's just not even like straight out, just going down now.
Oh, she's fine now.
Not for any particular reason.
Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book?
Why do you have 2 different eyes sometimes? Wait. Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday. That's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them.
I see. There's something fairly obvious here that's Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon.
I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story.
If you're implying this is engaging or relatable, it's not.
It's engaging, it's not relatable.
I'm not relatable. Is that so? What's the story about anyway?
Well,
She's gonna read the part of the book and it's be exactly this fucking game, isn't it?
I don't know. No.
The book is titled Patriot of Markov.
Oh my god.
There's an ominous looking eye symbol in the front cover.
Basically, it's about this religious camp that was turned into a human experiment prison. And the people trapped there have this trait that turns them into killing machines that lust for blood. But the facility gets even worse, and they start selectively breeding people by cutting off their limbs and affixing them to... Ooh, that might be a little bit of a spoiler. But anyway, I'm really into it. The book, I mean. not the thing about the limbs.
That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like she was going to be having a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. How about that?
I know the feeling. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Dan?
No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kind of stories, so don't worry.
I hope so.
Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different.
It's just that this kind of story. It's the kind that challenges you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because the world is full of horrible people and we're all worthless anyway.
Nice.
Then suddenly... I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry.
Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything.
Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. Sometimes I get extra thick outline. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts. My whole body gets incredibly... I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much.
I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. Yeah, reading's cool, kids.
Fundamental.
Least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all.
That's true.
In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right?
Yes.
Cool.
I mean, you don't have to, but... cool.
What are you saying? Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had in my bag. Alright. It's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive.
I'm sorry.
That's my thirst for blood. I mean...
It's not that I don't want you to. Did that just flash because something popped up, do you think?
I can check. Doesn't look like it.
Okay. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone.
See. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything.
Alright.
Ooh. I open up the book and start the prologue.
I think you did the left-right thing.
I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. So if I can feel her pressure over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri's in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. Looks like she's reading from my book instead.
Sorry. I was just bathing in the feeling of your body heat.
Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you?
I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean...
Hey, this should work, right?
Yeah, just getting, like, levels more uncomfortable.
I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them.
I suppose so.
Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. Something changed. Did you see the flicker, or am I going nuts?
No, I saw it. I don't know what the fuck.
I don't know. It looks the same to me.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're like going into these folders and shit, but like...
It might be, but nothing that you need to pay attention to.
There's a read me. Usually those are for programming.
Yeah.
It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right arm to hold the book open.
But I mean, so are character folders, so...
I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page.
Here.
Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and her forefinger. I do the same with my right hand on the right side of the book. The way I turn a page and Yuri slides under her thumb after it flips to the side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me.
Duh.
It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision.
That's exactly what's happening, though. Are you ready? To turn the page.
Sorry.
No.
I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face, and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her.
That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right?
That's correct.
I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. Small smile. It's probably the least I can do, since you're being so patient with me.
Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it on my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but
Hey!
main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit.
Excuse me. No, I don't relate to this character at all. It's fucking crazy eyes. Definitely not.
Really? I just think about the way she second guesses things. She says that and all that.
That's what you were talking about. Sorry.
Just checking.
No, it's worth it. I thought you meant something else about her.
Something else?
Never mind. We didn't even get to the part where they describe her giant juggling tits yet. Jiggling. So I don't know why that came into my head. I'm just usually thinking about giant jiggling tits.
Yuri, are you feeling alright?
Huh?
Yuri's been a little fidgety ever since we started reading. You can rest if you're feeling sick or something. Your breathing is a little...
My breathing?
Yuri puts her hand on her chest, as if to feel her heartbeat.
Like a fucking bug. I didn't even notice. Anyway, I'm fine. I just need some water.
Alright, don't push yourself. Yuri stands up and practically rushes out of the classroom. I'm gonna just keep checking. What on earth was that about?
I honestly thought about trying to set up a second monitor just so we can always have it open, like just for this session. Like it's worth it. Don't worry about checking it. It's part of the game.
Okay.
Dan, did something happen just now?
Eh? I have no idea. You're just acting a little strange, I guess.
So you don't know anything?
Sorry, can't say I do. You worried about her?
Oh no, not really. I was just making sure you didn't do anything to her.
No, nothing.
Don't worry, I believe you, silly. Yuri just does this sometimes, so it's nothing alarming. I saw the word Yuri and I was like, oh cool. Dan's character, even though it's mine too.
Alright, if you say so.
Anyway, why don't we start with sharing our poems with each other?
Eh? Shouldn't we wait for Yuri?
Well, she might be a while, so I figured we'd get started without her. Is that okay?
Yeah, I was just asking. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book and then slip it back into my bag. I guess we'll do Monica, because I hate Natsuki.
Yeah.
I should start with Monica. She seemed eager to read my poem, and I want her to know I'm putting in effort.
Hi, Dan. Having a good time so far? With Doki Doki Literature Club?
The dating simulator game?
Wait, please rate 1 out of 5 stars and leave a review on the Steam page. Yeah.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Also, the reason I had the game opened every single time that we began is because when you start the game, it says, warning, this should not be played by anyone with anxiety, depression, or any mental health issues. And I'm like, that might give something away.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay?
Alright, I'll keep that in mind.
Just in case someone's like, well, didn't you see that? What the fuck, Dan? No, I hid it from him well, okay? Like,
Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in.
anyway. That's also why your name was already typed in, because it shows it when you press new game.
Okay.
Want to share your poem with me?
It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to.
Sorry,
Just imagine if you said that to somebody. They're just like,
hello. Hi. Just like 12 fucking decibels too loud. Don't worry, Dan. Don't worry, Don. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon.
yeah, that's true. I hand my Monica over to my poem.
Yes. Great job, Dan. I was going ooh in my head while reading it.
I bet.
It's really metaphorical.
Yeah.
It goes ooh, ah. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you.
It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. True. That way I always count. It always counts when I put in some effort.
That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Sometimes I feel like Yuri's mind is just totally detached from reality.
How about that?
I don't mean that like it's a bad thing, though. But sometimes I get the impression that she's just totally given up on people. She spends so much time in her own head that it's probably a much more interesting place for her.